Hi everybody, I'm Phil Thompson and welcome to this instructional video on the 2013-14 South Carolina Clinic All-State Band required etude for clarinet. I'll start off with a brief description of how I play the piece with some ideas maybe on how to perform it yourself, followed by a performance of the piece. If you haven't checked it out already, I suggest you start with my intro video for All-State Band auditions, which is available on YouTube and also at the top of the instructional videos drop-down page at my website www.woodwindperformance.com. So anyway, I hope you'll find this of value and best of luck with this year's audition. This required etude is of course number 9 from the very famous Rose 32 Etudes. Now I assure you, your clarinet judges for your All-State audition have played this piece. They know it well, so it's important that you really follow the markings on the page. First of all, you're asked to play quarter note at 104. This is a majestic tempo. I think when you're nervous, you're going to have a tendency to want to rush it a little bit because it's not super fast. So hang on, don't let it rush. At the same token, I think a tendency when you get to the soft sections is to drag, especially when you're nervous. So be careful there. Try to maintain the tempo, of course, practicing with a metronome to ingrain the tempo into your ear. Dynamic contrast with this piece. Keep the levels where they're written. For instance, it starts forte. It stays forte. It does not get soft until directed to do so in the third line. Keep it moving. It helps with the majestic feel of this piece. Likewise, piano for 2 full lines before you come down here and you're directed to change it again. I put in little directives to myself to remind me to maintain the dynamics given. Also, breath marks. My breath marks here I think work well and are comfortable at quarter note at 104. This marking in my music reminds me not to breathe. If you've practiced this diligently, you can follow these breath marks and be comfortable even when you're nervous. Listen also to how I taper the phrases. Judges will notice when you come to the end of a phrase and you allow the single reed instrument to taper and not be abrupt just before you take a big breath, no matter how badly you need it. These breath marks work at a tempo of 104. Taper them, it all adds to the majestic feel of the piece. The overall feel of this piece too is very legato. It's mostly slurred, yet at 104, anything that's tongued 16th notes will be with a tut release, where the tongue is going forward, stops the tip of the reed, you pull the tongue back slightly and let it go forward again so that tia-ta-ta-tia-ta-ta-ta with one solid forward airstream, very clean playing. 8th notes, however, and any dotted 8ths that aren't slurred are played with a ta release, where the tongue is simply pulled back and the reed is allowed to vibrate. So tia-ta-ta-tia-ta-ta-ta, ta-tia-ta-tia-ta-tia-ta. It's a mixture of ta and tut. Most of it, however, is slurred. It's a majestic legato piece. A couple of technical notes. First of all, be careful of these 2 measures. Don't let them rush. If they start to pick up, when you go up to that B flat, your fingers are going to get twisted and it's going to be sloppy. You'll notice I've put little legato markings at the beginning of each measure. It reminds me, don't rush, especially when I'm nervous. Also, this turn or gruppetto right here, I took the liberty of writing it out down here for you to see. All I did was take the half note, turn it into a dotted quarter, and then the turn becomes 4 notes, 4/30 seconds on the and of beat 3, and there you have it. So this whole measure is that measure there. That should help you with that. Don't let it rush. Anyway, those are some ideas. Listen to me play it now, see what you think, incorporate them if you wish, and best of luck with your audition.